It was midnight in Manaus, the heart of Brazil's Amazon rainforest. Akio Tanaka, a 32-year-old Japanese ornithologist, had come to Brazil for what was supposed to be a routine research expedition. But nothing about the past week had been routine. Akio stood on the edge of the darkened forest, gripping a machete. He had arrived to study the harpy eagle, one of the most majestic birds in the world. But instead, he had stumbled into something far more dangerous, a legend come to life. Earlier that week, while deep in the rainforest, Akio's local guide, Marcelo, had spoken of the Sombras do Rio, or shadows of the river. According to the villagers, these shadowy beings were neither man nor beast, said to guard an ancient treasure buried beneath the Amazon. Akio dismissed the tale as folklore, but his skepticism vanished when Marcelo disappeared without a trace 2 days later, leaving only a torn map behind. The map, now tucked into Akio's shirt, had led him here, to an abandoned rubber plantation at the edge of the forest. The plantation's crumbling walls were covered in vines, and the air was thick with the hum of insects. Akio pushed open a rusted gate and stepped inside. Inside the plantation's main building, the shadows seemed alive, shifting unnaturally. Akio flicked on his flashlight, its beam revealing strange carvings on the walls, symbols resembling snakes coiled around the sun. A faint sound echoed, a whisper, or perhaps the wind. But then it grew louder, a chant in a language he didn't understand. Heart pounding, Akio followed the sound to a trapdoor hidden beneath a pile of rotting crates. He hesitated. Every instinct screamed for him to leave, but curiosity, and a stubborn streak, propelled him forward. He descended into a subterranean chamber. The air grew colder as he moved deeper into the earth. The chamber was vast, its walls lined with golden artifacts and gemstones that sparkled even in the dim light. At the center stood a statue of a jaguar, its eyes two massive emeralds. Akio reached out to touch one when the chanting ceased. Behind him, the shadows shifted again, coalescing into figures, humanoid but otherworldly, with glowing red eyes and elongated limbs. They moved without sound, closing in. Akio's breath caught. He backed toward the statue, his flashlight flickering. One of the shadows lunged and Akio swung his machete. The blade passed through the creature as if it were smoke, but the movement bought him a moment to think. Then he noticed it, an inscription on the jaguar statue's base. It was in Portuguese, a language he barely understood, but one word stood out: fogo, fire. Desperately, Akio rummaged through his pack and pulled out a flare. The shadows hesitated as he lit it, the sudden burst of fire illuminating the chamber. The creatures recoiled, their forms